What if I told you that the secret to reigniting your body's deepest vitality, yes, even after 60, was hiding in your spice rack all along? Imagine a forgotten spice, no bigger than your thumbnail, capable of awakening your manhood in just 60 seconds. No prescriptions, no gadgets, no shame, just one bite, and the strength you thought had vanished for good begins to rise again. I know that sounds like something out of a tall tale, but stay with me because what I'm about to share with you has transformed the lives of thousands of men, and it could do the same for you. Credibility and personal story. My name is Dr. Moit Kara. For over 30 years, I've dedicated my career to helping men, particularly those over 60, reclaim what time and modern life quietly stole from them: confidence, healthy circulation, masculine vitality, and most importantly, the ability to feel like themselves again. Not through pharmaceuticals, not through gimmicks, but by reawakening the wisdom already coded in your body using nature's simplest tools. And here's the twist: the answer isn't locked away in some futuristic lab or expensive clinic. It's not a secret reserved for celebrities or athletes. It's a spice one our ancestors used long before intimacy was ever medicalized. One you've probably walked past hundreds of times in your kitchen, never knowing the power it holds. Introducing the spice and what it does. In just the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how chewing this single spice, just 1 or 2 cloves for only 60 seconds, can begin a powerful transformation in your body. You'll discover how it opens blood vessels that time has tightened, calms the stress that's silently sabotaging your testosterone, helps fight off hidden inflammation in your gums that's blocking your circulation, and even deepens your sleep so your hormones can recover the way nature intended. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to use this spice, and more importantly, what to expect over the next 7, 14, and 30 days as your body begins to change. So before we begin, I encourage you to hit subscribe and tap the notification bell. I've created this content especially for men like you, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. And if this message already resonates with you, go ahead and type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can continue to improve and better serve your needs. The science behind the spice. What makes it work? Let's start at the heart of this discovery, because nothing works, no natural method, no supplement, unless you understand why this spice is so incredibly powerful. Inside each clove lies a natural compound called eugenol. It's this unsung hero that holds the secret to what makes this little spice so mighty. Eugenol is what sparks your blood to flow, your vessels to relax, and your body to start responding the way it used to, maybe even better. Now let me take you back for a moment. I'll never forget the day a patient sat across from me, looked me straight in the eye, and said, "Doc, I just want to feel like myself again." He wasn't asking for abs. He wasn't chasing a younger man's dream. He wanted strength, the quiet strength a man carries when he knows his body still works the way it's supposed to. That moment sent me on a mission. I dove deep into the world of natural healing. And time after time, one compound kept coming up: eugenol. How eugenol works. Inside the body. Found in high concentrations within cloves, eugenol is released the moment you chew. And it doesn't just linger on your tongue. It penetrates through the mucous membranes in your mouth, entering your bloodstream almost instantly. That's where the magic begins. Eugenol works as a vasodilator, a fancy word meaning it relaxes and opens up your blood vessels. And not just the big ones. It targets the small, stubborn vessels that nourish your sexual organs, the ones that tend to harden and narrow as we age. That's why after 60 blood doesn't flow like it used to. But eugenol acts like a gentle massage for those vessels. It helps them open, relax, and allow blood to flow freely again. Not forced, not artificial, just natural support to restore the function your body already knows. Even better, eugenol stimulates the production of nitric oxide, the same molecule those little blue pills try to mimic. But unlike synthetic versions, this isn't chemistry. This is biology. And it's happening without side effects, without a crash, and without sacrificing your health for a temporary fix. Many men describe a subtle but powerful warmth and unmistakable sensation that blood is flowing where it should within minutes of chewing. It's the beginning of something your body hasn't felt in years, but always remembered. Addressing a common problem: why erections weaken after 60. Now let's face a truth many men struggle with silently after 60. Erections become less reliable. And it's not your fault. I've had countless men, strong, proud, successful men, walk into my office with their eyes downcast and their voices low. They whisper the same confession: it's just not working like it used to. What most doctors never say is this: it's not a personal failure, it's biology. As we age, the small blood vessels responsible for erections lose their flexibility. Stress, poor diet, lack of movement, and years of inflammation slowly choke those vessels. When blood can't surge, an erection simply can't happen. No blood, no performance. It's that simple. But, and this is critical, those changes are not permanent. They are reversible. And that's where clove comes in. How clove reverses the damage. Remember eugenol. It's not just relaxing those blood vessels, it's actually helping restore their elasticity, bringing them back to their original youthful design. Think of it like clearing out a rusty old pipe. Once smooth again, water, or in this case blood, can flow freely and fully. Some of my patients told me that after just 2 weeks of using this method daily, they began waking up with morning erections again for the first time in years. Not because of a prescription, not because of luck, but because their body was finally getting what it needed to work the way it was designed. That's the beauty of this natural solution. It doesn't force your body, it simply gives it permission to heal, to return to its natural state of vitality. But we're just getting started, because even if your blood is flowing perfectly, there's one invisible enemy that can still block your results. And that's what we'll cover in the next part of this series. So if you're ready to continue this journey toward restoring your masculine energy naturally without drugs, without shame, make sure you're subscribed. Tap the bell. And stick with me because your body has been waiting for this moment. This tiny clove might just be the beginning of your comeback story. The invisible saboteur. What's been holding you back all along? Before we dive into the how-to, there's something you need to know, something critical. There's a silent force working against you, one that crushes your vitality before it even has a chance to show up. And chances are it's been doing this for decades. Most men don't see it, most doctors don't mention it, but it's been quietly sabotaging your masculinity day after day, year after year. And unless you remove it, no amount of pills, exercise, or supplements will ever give you the lasting results you deserve. Let's uncover what that is. The 60-second clove method. Step-by-step guide to rekindling vitality. Sometimes the most powerful answers are the simplest. And this one, a small ritual that takes just 60 seconds, has helped countless men reconnect with a version of themselves they thought was gone forever. No prescriptions, no awkward appointments, no waiting rooms or uncomfortable questions, just a quiet moment. You, a few cloves, and a return to the man you remember. Here's exactly how I teach this to my patients. 1. Start with 2 or 3 whole dried cloves, not the powdered kind. You want the real thing, ideally organic, but any good quality whole clove will do. 2. Place them between your back molars where your bite is strongest. This helps release the potent natural oils stored inside. 3. Slowly bite down until you hear that familiar crunch. You'll feel the cloves crack open. 4. Now pause. Don't chew yet. Let the broken pieces sit in your mouth for about 30 seconds. Breathe through your nose. Let your saliva mix with the oil. You may feel a warming, tingling sensation. That's not irritation, it's activation. That's eugenol being absorbed through the sensitive membranes in your mouth, entering your bloodstream almost instantly. 5. After that first half-minute, begin chewing gently, not forcefully, just enough to fully break the clove down and release all its oils. 6. Keep chewing for another 30 seconds, letting those oils fully coat your mouth and mix with saliva. That's the delivery system. 7. When the minute is up, you have 2 choices: swallow the remnants or spit them out. Both are fine. It's the absorption that matters most. Many men report a difference within just minutes. Their head feels clearer. There's a subtle surge of energy, a sense of being in their body again. Present, grounded. But here's the thing, this isn't just about blood flow. This simple act touches something deeper, something most men over 60 are quietly starving for. When to use the clove method for maximum results. One of the most common questions I get often from men after they've tried the method and felt that unmistakable inner warmth is, "Doc, when should I do this to get the best results?" The answer: timing is everything. Just like tuning an instrument, you want to do this when your body is naturally aligned, when your hormones, nervous system, and blood flow are in harmony. Here's what I've learned from years of clinical experience. Best time: 1 evenings before bed. Evening, about 60 minutes before sleep, is what I call the golden hour. Why? Because chewing cloves at this time helps calm your nervous system. It prepares your body for deep restorative rest. And that's the secret most men don't know. Testosterone is made during sleep, especially deep REM cycles. It's not just about getting rest, it's about recovering like a man. When you chew cloves before bed, you're priming your system. And what you get the next morning: clearer focus, better energy, and yes, stronger morning erections. Best time 2: early morning on an empty stomach. This one is powerful too. Using the clove method first thing in the morning before breakfast, before coffee, helps jumpstart your circulation. You're setting the tone for the entire day, calm but alert-centered, yet energized. Some of my patients like to use it before a walk or workout. Others swear by it before intimacy, 30 to 45 minutes before, for more presence, more stamina, and more connection. Here's the bottom line. This isn't a one-time trick. It's not a biohack. It's a daily act of ownership, a small commitment to your vitality that builds momentum over time. And if you're still wondering how something so simple could deliver such profound change, then it's time to look deeper at what's been holding you back. Let's expose the hidden thief stealing your strength, the real villain: chronic stress and its quiet war on testosterone. You'd be shocked how many good men I've sat with, men who eat right, move daily, follow all the advice, but still feel off. Their energy is dull, their desire flickers, and when it comes to intimacy, it's like their body just won't respond. That's when I ask one question: how's your stress lately? Silence. Then a sigh. Then the truth. They're worried about money, marriage, aging, health, legacy. The weight of the world presses down, and most don't realize how deeply that pressure is crushing their masculinity. You see, chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone meant to help you in emergencies. But in today's world, most men are living in a near-constant cortisol storm. And here's the kicker: cortisol and testosterone are chemical enemies. When cortisol rises, testosterone tanks. It's no wonder that even with perfect blood flow, your desire, your stamina, your drive just aren't there. But this is where clove shines even brighter. Because inside clove isn't just eugenol. There's another hero at work: beta-caryophyllene. This compound binds to receptors in your brain that signal safety and calm. Within minutes of chewing, you may feel a softening in your chest. Your shoulders drop. Your mind clears. That's not placebo. That's your nervous system saying, "I'm safe now." And when cortisol drops, testosterone has the freedom to rise again. Quietly, naturally, without force. Some men don't even realize the change at first. They just feel better, more like themselves. And what happens next might surprise you. Chewing cloves equals better sleep equals more testosterone. There's one pattern I've seen again and again. The moment a man's sleep starts to fall apart, everything else unravels. You can eat clean, exercise, take every supplement on the shelf, but if you're not sleeping deeply, your body simply cannot produce the hormones you need to function as a man. Testosterone production, muscle repair, cognitive recovery. It all happens at night, specifically during deep, uninterrupted REM sleep. And how many men over 60 get that kind of sleep anymore? Not many. Instead, they lie awake at 2 a.m., eyes open, mind racing, or they fall asleep quickly, only to wake 2 or 3 times a night, never feeling fully rested. Then they wonder, why is my energy low? Why don't I feel desire? Why can't I get going like I used to? Here's the truth. Your body's not broken, it's just tired, and cloves can help fix that. The sleep-testosterone connection. Clove as a nervous system ally. Let me tell you something most men never suspect. If you're waking up exhausted, if your focus fades after lunch, if your energy seems to vanish by mid-afternoon, the culprit more often than not is poor quality sleep. That's right. Not your age, not your diet, not even your hormones. It's your sleep. And that's exactly where cloves come in, not just as a circulatory booster, but as a powerful ally for your nervous system. Inside each tiny clove are 2 remarkable compounds, eugenol and beta-caryophyllene. These don't just open blood vessels, they actively calm the part of your brain that regulates sleep. They help your body shift out of stress mode, out of survival mode, and into deep restoration. When chewed about an hour before bedtime, cloves help ease you into deeper, more stable sleep. Not the shallow kind where you toss and turn. I'm talking about rich, dream-filled, hormone-repairing sleep. Many men report something astonishing after a week or so. I'm dreaming again. They wake up clearer, sharper, more energized, and yes, more often than not, they notice stronger morning erections. That's no accident. That's testosterone doing its job again. If your sleep has been restless, if you wake up feeling like you barely slept, if your edge and drive have slowly faded, pay close attention to your sleep. Improving it doesn't just help, it can send a ripple of healing through your entire body, but cloves don't stop at sleep. What if I told you your gums, yes, your gums might be quietly destroying your erections? Let's explore that surprising link next. Gum disease and erections. The shocking connection. Cloves can fix. At first, it sounds almost absurd, doesn't it? That the health of your mouth, your gums specifically, could have anything to do with your ability to perform in the bedroom. But I've seen it too often to ignore. A man comes into my clinic frustrated, low energy, weak erections, but his blood pressure's fine, his cholesterol looks okay, his testosterone's borderline but not alarming. So I ask a question most doctors don't. How's your dental health? That's when the truth surfaces. Bleeding gums, receding gum lines, bad breath that doesn't go away. Most men never connect their mouth to their manhood, but science does. And it's crystal clear. Your mouth is the gateway to your circulatory system. When you have gum disease, even in its early stages, bacteria slip into your bloodstream unnoticed. They travel through your body, triggering silent inflammation. That inflammation attacks the blood vessels responsible for erections. It's like trying to run clean water through a hose full of mud. The pressure's there, but nothing moves the way it should. One study even showed that men with advanced gum disease are 70% more likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's not a coincidence. That's cause and effect. And this is where cloves shine again. Clove oil is one of nature's most potent antiseptics. When you chew whole cloves, the antibacterial compounds go to work immediately. They begin killing off the harmful bacteria in your mouth before they ever reach your bloodstream. It's fast. It's effective. You can often feel it working within seconds. Chewing cloves becomes more than just a circulation booster. It becomes a daily detox for your mouth, a frontline defense against the very bacteria sabotaging your hormones and blood flow. Clean mouth, clearer blood flow, stronger performance. And now that your circulation is waking up, your hormones are stabilizing, and your sleep is restoring you, what can you expect next? Let me walk you through it week by week. What to expect in 7, 14, and 30 days. One of the most rewarding parts of my work is watching the subtle and sometimes dramatic transformations in the men I help. I'll never forget one gentleman in his late 60s. He arrived skeptical, tired, and deeply discouraged. He didn't want hype. He didn't want promises. He just wanted to feel like himself again. I asked for just 30 days of consistency with the clove method. Week 1, days 1 to 7, The awakening begins. After just 1 week, he called me and said, "Doc, I don't know what's happening, but I'm waking up more alert. I'm actually looking forward to the day." That's how it starts. Most men begin to notice a warm sensation in the body, slightly clearer thoughts, a bit more motivation to move or go outside, a touch more energy. It's subtle, but it's real. It's your body whispering, "I remember how to heal." Week 2. Days 8 to 14. Energy rises. By the second week, the shifts often become more noticeable. Mornings feel more focused. Energy is steadier throughout the day. Mood improves. Morning erections return sometimes for the first time in years. That's not a miracle. That's blood flow returning. That's testosterone starting to stir. Week 4. Day 30. The return of confidence. By the end of a month, something profound happens. Men don't just notice physical changes, they carry themselves differently. Erections become more consistent and stronger. Confidence returns. Intimacy, whether physical or emotional, becomes easier. Even if the bedroom isn't fully reawakened, the connection deepens. The emotional distance narrows. They feel alive again. Not like a younger version of themselves, but a clearer, more vital version. And that's the real goal, isn't it? To live in a body that works, that responds. To wake up feeling ready, not faded. But remember, this is just the beginning, because the real question now is, how do you hold on to this strength? Let's close this out with the most important part, how to protect your vitality for years to come. The strength you've been waiting to feel again. For over 3 decades, I've sat across from men just like you. Men who carried quiet burdens. Men who feared their best days were behind them. Men who wanted nothing more than to feel like themselves again. And I've watched as this one simple act, chewing a few cloves for 60 seconds a day, reawakened their vitality. Not because it's magic, because it's biological truth. This habit does more than boost blood flow. It soothes your nervous system, deepens your sleep, reignites your testosterone, and even protects your heart by detoxifying your mouth. It's a quiet revolution that starts in your kitchen. And if you've made it this far, if something in you is nodding right now, then your body is already saying, "I'm ready." The decision is yours. You can keep waiting for a miracle, or you can start building one day at a time. You don't need perfection. You just need to begin. So tonight, reach for a few cloves. Chew, breathe, trust, and let your strength return.